360-degree feedback is a system of process which employees receive confidential, anonymous feedback from the people who work around them. This typically includes the employees, manager, peers, and direct reports. While appraisal can be a positive outcome like increased communication, establish clear expectations, foster a spirit of communication, and reinforcement of good performance, it can also cause unpleasantness when you are trying to point out unsatisfactory performance. This is when 360-degree feedback systems comes about. When feedbacks are anonymous, it will prevent unhappiness between the both parties. It will also allow the appraising party to be honest and truthful with the appraiser without fearing of offending the party getting appraisal. When done correctly, 360-degree is highly effective as a development tool. The feedback process gives people an opportunity to provide anonymous feedback to a coworker that they might otherwise be uncomfortable giving. Feedback recipients gains insight into how people perceive them and have an opportunity to adjust behaviors and develop skills that will enable them to excel at their work. 360 feedback can also be a useful development tool for people who are not in management role. Strictly speaking, a non-manager 360 assessment is not measuring feedback from 360 degrees since there are no direct reports. But the same principles still apply. 360 feedback from non-managers is useful to help people be more effective in their current roles, and also to help them understand what areas they should focus on if they want to move into management role. 360-degree feedback increases the efficiency of staff appraisal and allows it to achieve the intended purpose, which is using it as a motivational tool. Furthermore, try to match people's skills and preferences with their jobs, and also give appropriate training, coaching, and support will augment and sustain motivation through focus on personal development and growth. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen. Next up, we have Mr. Zitao, a Chinese national warehouse worker. Mr. Zitao, do you think a 360-degree feedback and appraisal model be more effective for an organization with 1,000 staff or 10 staff?
这将视情况而定。360度反馈系统是一种方法，是一种工具，它给予了每个员工一个机会，对他的同事或者主管的业绩给予评价。这些评价一般来自4至8个员工，甚至客户。大体来说，360度反馈系统也是一种对自身的自我评价。因此，一般来说，8至12个员工是一个理想的人数来启动这个反馈系统。而如果要对1000个员工进行这项反馈系统，它的有效程度则要取决于公司的结构与组成。而我说的公司结构，要求公司具备多个不同的小组，这将把1000个员工分成若干小组，因此小组之间的反馈将会更加有效。如不然的话，个体的员工是不可能对1000个员工进行评价的。因为他们很多都不了解，因此在这种情况下，大多数的反馈将是没有意义也没有价值的。就我自身而言，我工作在一个1000人的大工厂，而我最多只认识其中的100个。谢谢。
Thank you, Mr. Zitao. Next, we have Mr. Zong Han, a Boston. Do you think that investing in proper training of HR personnel is a positive sign? Can be considered true for seafarers as well?
Yes, it is also true for seafarers. According to the Binte 2005 report, the issue of seafaring shortage has already been identified as a global issue, especially in Singapore, where people are not willing to embark on the seafaring career. Therefore, it is a positive sign to invest in proper training of HR personnel. Trained personnel is able to retain, attract, and motivate seafarers effectively. Seafarers are the most valuable asset in the shipping industry. Yet the reality for many organizations is that their people remain undervalued, undertrained, and underutilized. Some key aspects of the training could include recruitment, dealing with new untrained entrants as well as trained seafarers seeking employment. The second would be manning. Ensure that all vessels are properly manned in accordance with mandatory national and international. Training. Ensure that training schemes and facilities are available to new entrants, upgrading service staff, etc. The last one, general and tricky matters, dealing with finance, annual leave, special leave, illness, family, social welfare. The rate of change facing organizations has never been greater, and organizations must absorb and manage change at a much faster rate than in the past. In order to implement a successful business strategy to face this challenge, organizations, large or small, must ensure that they have the right people capable of delivering the strategy. They must have good human resource skills, technical skills, and lastly, administrative skills. In order to achieve all this, we must emphasize on investing in proper training of HR personnel. Thank you.
Thank you, Zong Han. Next up, we have Ms. Helen, the representative of Ministry of Manpower. Ms. Helen, what is an example of an effort that the government has taken to have better trained HR professionals? And how effective is the effort you have mentioned?
The government has formed the HR Sectorial Tripartite Committee, HRSTC, in September 2015, comprising unions, businesses, government, and Institute of Higher Learning. The HRSTC are currently developing a HR Sectorial Manpower Plan, HRSMP. One of the HRSMP's initiative includes a National HR Professional Certificate Framework. This framework certifies HR professionals based on components such as HR competencies, HR work experience, and a professional code of conduct and ethics. Through this framework, HR professionals can understand local employment regulations, guidelines, and practices. It also serves as a progressive work ladder where HR professionals can enhance their capabilities with a comprehensive roadmap. Another example would be Skills Future. Skills Future is a national movement to enable all Singaporeans to develop to their fullest potentials, as well as realize their aspirations by taking advantage of a wide range of opportunities. With effects from January 2016, Singaporeans aged 25 years and above who receive their Skills Future Credits account activation letter will be eligible for an initial credit of $500, which can be used to pay for their course fees for a range of eligible skills-related courses. The credits can be used on top of course fees, subsidies, funding. For example, HCS Academic, which is accredited by the Singapore Workforce Skills Qualifications. Offer wide range of HR courses from operational level to managerial or transformational level. This is effective as working with a guideline enables HR professionals to support business by planning effective and long-term strategies. HR professionals can integrate this framework in alignment with their organization goals.
Thank you, Ms. Helen. Next, we have Mr. Maslow. With reference to Maslow's theory of needs hierarchy, which need or level will be fulfilled most if training is improved? Mr. Maslow.
According to my
definition of self-actualization, it may be loosely described as the full use and exploitation of talents, capabilities, potentialities, etc. Such people seem to be fulfilling themselves and to be doing the best that they are capable of doing. They are people who have developed or are developing to the full stature of which they are capable. In the event when training is improved, the level of self-actualization will be fulfilled the most. Improved training mainly enables employees to increase productivity and reduce errors and turnovers in the workforce. When personnel lack the self-actualization needs, he or she will think that being in an organization serves no purpose as they lack the knowledge and skills needed for their job. For instance, organizations that send their employees for training have better attitude towards their job compared to those who did not. Employees who are able to achieve a sense of accomplishment when they are able to apply the knowledge that they have learned from their training to produce quality work. Although training is also provided to newly joined employees, it should not be taken for granted. With more companies investing in proper training of their HR personnel, they can become more self-developed, self-fulfilled, more creative, and more willing to face new challenges. When trainings are improved, it increases the employees' earnings and job security. It also incorporates new skills to be acquired, whereby personnel have the ability to do more tasks with less supervision. More importantly, it could change the employees' attitude towards work and increases their chance of advancement and with more opportunities open for them. With appropriate training, coaching and support, it will augment and sustain the motivation through the focus on personal development and growth. And hence, they will do their utmost best in order to stand a chance of advancement.
Thank you, Mr. Maslow. Next, we have Mr. Herzberg. With reference to Herzberg's theory of motivational and hygiene factors, will improve training be a consideration as a hygiene factor? Mr. Herzberg, please.
To better understand employees' attitudes and motivation, I perform studies to determine which factors in an employee's work environment cause satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Hygiene factors tend to lead to job dissatisfaction, while motivational factors tend to motivate the workers to do better. And improved training can be considered as an hygiene factor, as improved training does not actually motivate the worker in their job. When training is improved, usually the workers would be not dissatisfied and would continue doing their job in an acceptable level. But if the workers become dissatisfied with it, they tend to restrict output. For example, when an improved training is provided to the worker, they would think that it is a norm and would not feel dissatisfied. But once the standard of the training drops, they would tend to feel dissatisfied about it. Improved training can also be considered as a motivational factor, as having a higher standard of training would motivate the workers to do better, and they will be more willing to get involved in their job. Workers would even put in extra effort to do a good job, and when the workers are motivated, productivity would increase at the same time. For example, when a worker in the company is motivated and satisfied with the improved trainings provided, they would tend to go an extra mile to make sure that the job is well done, and this would ensure the increase of productivity. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herzberg. That is all I have for Maritime Talks today. Unfortunately,